listening to All the Young Dudes by David Bowie. Now I'm listening to Gouge Away, the Pixies. It's amazing, David Bowie, he really liked the Pixies. Talked good things about the Pixies. I think it was because of their bravery. This Toyota has a bunch of flowers in its back of its pickup. Back of the bed. More footage, or what we call foodage. Foodage. Gouge away. You can gouge away, stay all day if you want to. Gouge away. You can gouge your way, stay all day if you want to. Whether I meant all the Stephen King stuff or not, I'm gonna go around this way. It really doesn't matter, frankly. If I wrote a book called Escape from Maine, I might as well be kind of a stickler about it. But I don't know. I really do like Misery, though. I think it's a good book. I read it a few times in high school, at least. It was one of the only books that I was able to, I don't know if I tell a lie, but I was able to really stay in tune to the book because it was a book about a book. So I really wanted to find out what was going on with Misery. And then also Paul Sheldon and the Dirty Bird Nurse, the Dragon Lady. My sister ended up becoming a nurse. Look at this weird, I mean, I did not understand their traffic thing right here. Anyway, I really liked it. And The Stand got me a little lost. It took me 6 years to get that one. I think Misery I was able to complete at least within a month or so. If maybe quicker than that. I'm trying to think of another book that I was able to read and really get through the entire book. And I'd probably say that it was James Patterson's Maximus Ride. Yeah, I apologize. You know, I was in a bad mood when I said all that stuff about Stephen King. Who knows? He could really be kind of a saint. But, you know, regardless, there was a time in Stephen King's life that I was more like yelling about the whole drug thing. Whether that I should do that now, probably no. But in that moment in the story of how it goes from Escape from Maine, I probably think it should be there. Stephen King's a real character in it. I think he'd understand the whole method aspect of it. But as the other book, I think it was Maximus Ride that got my attention because there's these kids that had wings and they flew around. And I really liked that one. I couldn't really read all of John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress. It was too allegory. It is a good book though, but it's really tough to read. It's a big allegory goes on. Oh, I know another one. Ernest Hemingway. Yeah. The Old Man and the Sea. I was able to read that all in one sitting. Probably the only book I've ever done that. I sat down and I read the entire Old Man and the Sea in one complete swoop. That was when I was younger. Books are hard. It's hard to read books. You really have to have quiet, concentration, and you have to really, really focus on it. If you don't get enough to eat, you'll lose your place, you'll lose your memory, and you'll have to start over. You have to treat it like anything else. You have to treat it with respect. Anyway, sorry about that, Mr. Stephen King. If you're getting this part of the vlog, of course. Did not mean to insult. It's not a good thing to do. This thing is kind of cool, this Hotel Reserve. The way that it looks right here. It's kind of weird. It's a new design. Right by Wabi. Good place to get some sushi. That's where I was born, right there. All Saints. Still All Saints, too. I was over there the other day doing a delivery from a place called Starbucks. It's a place where you get coffee if you're an alien. I mean, if you don't know what Starbucks is, you'd probably be either alien or live in a cave for most of your life if you didn't know what Starbucks coffee was. Well, it's called Starbucks, but anyway. Now we're going to Rosso to pick up some pizza. We are in Drag Queen Valley, known as Magnolia, also a theater district and art district and music district. There's King Tut restaurant. Yeah, if you're a drag queen, bring the lipstick. There's Pecos, Mexico, because they've been doing drag queen out here since the 90s. They have drag queen shows someplace. I don't even know where it's at. They had there's Benito's and then the German place. Benito's is one of my favorite restaurants. You get like a margarita and some beans, but you know, I don't drink. And then there's Vape D's and then Lockwood Distilled Company. Tons of restaurants. And they had Hip Pocket out here a while back. Hip Pocket was a theater. That's Lazy Moose. A theater that one of the daughters worked with Uta Hagen when she was still alive. Spiral Diner's still here. I didn't know that. It's a vegan place if you're a vegan. And then there's little punks will hang out here too sometimes. Punk rockers. This is the south side is what they call it. We call it Magnolia. There's a mural right here. They got authentic Mexican beer, Mexican pizza, Mexican food. That's where Circle Theater used to be. I did one of my first professional shows there when I played Monty the Mountie in North Pole Nightmare. It's Magnolia Center right there. The top floor, they have to get all their scenery and haul it up there. They did A Few Good Men there too. My friend Michael was in it. There's Cat City at the grill. I don't know. It's curtain shoes. Carton shoes. I don't know what this is too. They're always adding stuff. Circle Theater's been in a few different spots. Hip Pocket came here when they got in a fight. There's Cherry Coffee. Hip Pocket got in a fight with one of their guys that ran the barbecue place. It was a butthole. There's Magnolia. They got in a fight with him, so they didn't have a place, and so they moved over here and knocked a hole in a wall in one of these Greek restaurants. And they stayed there for a season, and I did, I think, 3 shows when they were there, and then they went back to the lake at Oak Acres, and then now they're at Silver Lake. They've been at Silver Lake for a while. They do they do their own film thing now. They show their own movies of plays because they get everything on digital now, but they show their old VHS copies of plays. They have like a movie night of their plays. So they show it on a movie thing, on a projector. I think out at the theater or something I've never been to any of them, but they show various shows. They've been doing it all the time. They could do that throughout the year. I don't see why they don't. They should have their own film department is really what they should have. If they need me to help, I'd be happy to help them for free. I do it for free. Anything they need, any kind of short film they want to make, absolutely no charge, for free. There's Rosso. That's where we're picking up. And we're going to spin around there to get a better parking spot. And I'll show you where Hip Pocket was once. They were at a Greek restaurant. They knocked a hole in the wall right here at this corner. Now it's called Grandma's. It's right there. Let's see if it's still Grandma's. Yeah, it's still Grandma's. Right over there. I think it's a gay club now. But it was a Greek restaurant back in the day. We did 3. I did 3 of them with them. I did Swank City, which is like a Humphrey Bogart kind of thing. My friend Pete, as a writer and director, did it. And then we did our own show, which was based a little bit on Stomp. It was called Partners in Wonder. And we did a really incredible show that Johnny wrote called Mountebank's Changing Places. And I played kind of like a Harlequin type of clown character. We all did. We had to have masks. It was great. And we did a little bit of puppetry. It was so much fun. That was a great year. And we had to go through this wall and knocked a hole in the wall. We'd go through this wall. Johnny would play French music. It was like he was pretending like he was in Paris. Paris Cafe was right across the street. It still is even today. There's a bunch of punkers right here. Now they're on a show. They thought, well, what are we going to do today? We just sit. Let's listen to what they're listening to. Oh my gosh. Let's not listen to that. Turn that off really quick. Oh, copyright claim, copyright. Yeah, they're protected by the copyright. Looks like a Kurt Cobain type. Meaning, if Kurt Cobain did live in Texas, he'd probably be a West Magnolia. He'd probably hang out there. I don't know if he'd hang out at Deep Ellum. He'd probably think it was too commercial. I think we're in the right area. In Austin, he'd hang out in Austin too, probably. Oh, look, Freeplay. I guess that's where we were, Freeplay. We'll check it out. I gotta go pick up some pizza. I gotta figure out what Freeplay is before I leave real quick. I'm sure the pizza's still cooking, so we'll go by and show them the receipt. This must be the back side of Freeplay. They're playing some copyright stuff, so I won't really be able to. There we go. You can kind of hear inside there. Yeah, we're gonna turn it off. Oh, here it is. This is where we're parked down there. I'm looking for Freeplay. Do y'all know what Freeplay is? Oh, what is it?
It's like a gamer, like old school gaming.
It's directly underneath us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it when I walked over there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's four arcade games? Oh, I see. It's real difficult to vlog here, so I'm taking off. Too much copyright. The guy, if he had more than 4 arcade games, he says there's a whole room of them. There's somewhere in there. It's called Freeplay. So, but if you go in there and attempt to vlog, you better turn it on silent. It's like Copyright City. This is Cane Rosso. I wonder which one Judas is. Pizza party. Well, it's Luke Skywalker that looks in the position of Christ. That would probably be Peter on Solo. That'd be probably Luke, even though it should be Luke. That'd probably be Luke. Well, no, Luke wouldn't have been at the table because Luke was only a witness. So maybe Matthew, maybe. And one of them would probably be Judas. He's usually over there, next to Boba Fett. Pretty interesting. It's in Cane Rosso. Yeah. All right, so this is it right here. Great. This is what it looks like. That's Hemp Hill right there, Hemp Hill Road. And then right where I'm pointing is the old Pascal High School, where it was when my grandma, she went there probably far before World War II. She probably went there in the early 30s maybe. She probably graduated in late 30s, right before the end of the war. So she was probably 29, 1929, 39, 49, yeah. Probably a little bit after the war, maybe. Yeah, probably, I'm thinking maybe a little bit after the war, so probably 29, so 39, 1949. She died in her 90s. But that was the old Pascal High School. And they moved it to closer to TCU. Looks like we got a silver alert. It's a black Chevy, Texas DY. They don't really show it that long. License plate starts with a D. What it is it's a hippie that's lost his mind from all the shrooms that he did. Doesn't know where he's at. They got into his car and just start driving aimlessly. Or he got into some car. It's called a silver alert. All you hippies that went to Woodstock, that's probably where you're going to end up being. It's what's called a silver alert. You just drive aimlessly. It's going to drive away. Just get in my car and drive. See, in later days, though, the cars will be robots. So the silver alert people will be able to get in the car and drive around all day. Or they can watch this channel. And they won't get a silver alert. Dun-dun-dun. It is buckle up, DSY 6319. Buckle up, silver alert. Looks like that Woodstock didn't work out for you. Driving my car. That was just Tom Waits. Driving my car. He's driving my car. He's driving. Remember the days of Vietnam. He's driving it on. Old man just driving my old pickup truck. Drive to the sun. Well, at Boston Market, Rotisserie Kitchen, $22, feeds 4, that's $22. It's a whole chicken, mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, mac and cheese, 4 cornbread, and a gallon of tea or lemonade. $22, feeds 4. Sides $38.99, served 8 to 10 people. Turkey or ham $47.99, or rotisserie chicken $42.99. Serves 8 to 10. Or you can get serves 4 to 6 for $21.99. Forget about your gift cards. Spinach. And the side of mashed potatoes.
Was it just one meal?
Yeah, it's a roasted chicken.